Everyone, how you doing? My name's Ben and I'm the founder of Boring Crypto. In this video, I'm going to be heading away from my normal stomping ground of the Stellar network and heading across to the XRP ledger, or the XRPL. The reason that I was first asked to go and have a look at what's going on the XRPL is because one of the projects I represent, Drift Exchange, is moving cross-chain onto the XRPL. So I said, okay, you can task me with going and finding out what's going on, the similarities with Stellar and the differences. The first thing that I uncovered when I arrived on the XRPL was Sologenic. So that is the reason why I'm going to be unpacking everything that I've been looking at over the last couple of weeks and breaking it down for you people. I am not a financial advisor. I must get this out of the way first of all. Please do not take anything that I say as financial advice or buy signals or any kind of investment direction at all. Okay, I am a crypto educator helping you navigate the crypto space with the least amount of friction and trying to break things down into understandable language so that you can get it into your head, and then it will help you make a decision whether these projects are something that you want to personally get involved in. Right then, so heading across to Sologenic, the first things first, I was really impressed with the look and feel. Yeah, I landed and, on the Sologenic DEX, and I thought, okay, this works for me. I'm not a technical indicator trader. I'm more an investor over a longer period of time. I don't sit there and study charts, on a minute-to-minute basis, in terms of like a day trader or anything like that. I just look at projects and I get a feel for whether it's something that I would like to have a bag of over a long period, whether I think that is chance that that can appreciate, whether all of the fundamentals are in place. Yeah, and Sologenics hasn't disappointed me, I will just say that. And there is a hell of a lot for me to get through in this. Now, I am an NFT fan. I think that NFTs are going to blow up. And I don't mean NFTs necessarily for art. I mean NFTs for utility, GameFi utility. So NFTs that can be used in the metaverse, NFTs that can be used for advertising, that can be used for keys to concerts or tickets, and so many different avenues I think that we can go down with this proof of ownership that is on the blockchain. Yeah, in ownership is another one, right, for cars, houses, and so on and so forth. There's just too many things for me to cram in to this video. So I love the NFT concept. I love the NFT boom. And Sologenics is the place for NFTs on the XRP ledger. The XRP ledger, of course, coming before, I think the first lines of code were written in like 2011. So with the Genesis block of Bitcoin being 2009, it's very, very early. The XRP ledger was first written very, very early in the crypto journey. So it's an old warhorse, yeah, and it's often commanded the top or the third position in top cryptocurrencies. I'm not sure where it is today, but it's certainly going to be up there in the top 5 or 10 cryptocurrencies. It always has been. So the NFT marketplace is one aspect. We've also got the DEX, the ability to trade a whole host of different assets, more than 40,000, I believe, different assets, yeah, from one type to another using the Sologenics platform, which is cool. So you've got both. You've got NFTs and countless amounts of collections of NFTs. Anything that you're interested in, there's pretty much something for everyone. Now, one thing that's really interesting is the old standard of NFT, which is XLS. I think it's 14. I think it's 14D is the current one. Now, that is already old, right? So this is old code. Is moving to this new NFT grade, which is going to be XLS 20D. That is going to have a massive amount of upgrades to it, including commissions without trust lines, including a whole bag, right, of really, really cool things that we can get ingrained in from maybe from the GameFi side, from obviously NFT artists and collectors. So you're getting kickbacks and you're getting royalties and you're getting all that stuff. But also, when I'm thinking from the GameFi side, so you've got a super fast, super cheap, and very popular, buzzing ecosystem, many thousands of people in the XRP community. But what you've also got is you've got this upgrade coming where the NFTs are actually going to be better than the ERC, is it 271 over on ETH, yeah, and OpenSea. So we're going to see this upgrade that is going to immediately catapult the NFTs on the XRPL right up there to be the best in crypto. So that's something I'm like thinking, okay. Now, some people are saying, how is that transition going to work? When you've minted something on XLS 14D, how is it going to move across? Allegedly, Sologenics are coming up with a system that is going to be able to burn that NFT and mint with all the metadata into the new format. So again, without being a coder, without knowing the technical specifications of that, what you can say is a lot of the collections can move across onto this new upgrade. And I think that is going to be the first key area that I'm going, okay, that could be really interesting. Yeah, that could be something that if they start getting their NFTs as some of the best in crypto, people are going to be paying attention from other networks, especially if that's marketed well. Then there's the whole DEX side of things, right? So if we want to just click onto this for a second so you can have a little look for yourself. Let's go on there. Launch DEX, sorry. Apologies. Clicking the wrong button. You can see what you're faced with here. You've got TradingView charts. You've got your usual technical indicators up here. You've got a whole host. You've got the order book. You've got a whole host of all of the different features that you would expect from most centralized exchanges. But bearing in mind, this is a DEX. Now, we can connect through a variety of different ways. We've got, I think it's Decent, one of the wallets. I don't use that one personally. I use one called Zoom. And I have that on my phone, and I think it's probably one of the best mobile apps for crypto that I've ever come across. It's really useful, and you can just basically use it in conjunction with the Sologenics on the desktop. So I really like that, and you can connect up, and I feel nice and safe using it that way as well. Also, the way when you set up that Zoom wallet with the numbers, with your secret passphrase, I actually like that. I think it's really interesting to have that different setup rather than, the 12 or 24 seed words that you would normally set up with a wallet. So all in all, Zoom wallet gets a big thumbs up. The DEX gets a big thumbs up. And as I said, I'm looking to just find entrance points for different assets over a longer time frame. Rather than, looking to sort of scalp or anything, I'm looking for, a position where I want to invest in certain assets where they've come down maybe on like the daily or the weekly, so on and so forth, rather than sort of minutes and 15-minute hourlies and the shorter time frames. Okay, so that's all of that. Now, there is also a couple of really cool features that you need to be aware of. In fact, 3 before I get onto the next phase. We've talked about the NFTs. Let me just glide through the NFTs and just kind of show you some of this, what we've got going on here, so that you can see some of the standard, right? You've got ETH standard NFT artists here. There's no doubt about it. I think that the standard for me, and I'm coming from the Stellar network, is way superior here. And that's not lick your eyebrows down and like we're better than you. It's just, it's got a much bigger network of artists here. The community is much bigger. And where you've got competition, you've got an upscaling of standard. That's what I think. When you've got a lot of competitors vying for, purchasers, crypto, you generally get a raise in the standard. And I think that the community is a lot smaller over on Stellar, and it's yet to really flourish in terms of having the sheer volume of high quality artists. So you can come here, you can check out all of these amazing collections, and you can get involved in those. You can buy some. We've bought some from Drift Exchange side already to support some of the artists over here. The next one of these 3, well, the first of these 3 things I want to talk about now is buying crypto with fear. One of the biggest challenges for new people is that friction point. Here in the UK, the banks all got together and said, we're going to stop you from using your card and bank transfers for buying crypto and going into exchanges such as Binance, yeah, and that kind of thing. So if the bank stopped that transaction going through, it was very difficult for your everyday person like myself to get fiat into crypto. Well, you have got this opportunity of being able to come through with your fiat into this DEX. Now that's super, super cool. You can connect your wallet, you can get your crypto assets, you can buy with, as you can see here, Great British pounds, dollars, whatever, and you can start bringing your fiat in. So that is one of those friction points that is being removed, or we're being helped with. You might not want to buy through this way. There might be high fees, etc., in relation to the routes that you normally come in. I don't know. I don't know a lot about the fees, but I know this is an opportunity for you to get fiat into crypto. So that's a fantastic thing. The next thing out of these three things is the card. Now, at a very high level again, the Solo card is going to be a cashback card. We know credit cards have made a stack of cash, haven't they, from having these cashback cards that they offer us, the consumer. Think about that from a crypto card side. There's several cards that you can go with. I don't think it's actually got it on here, but there's like a low level one. I think it's 500 Solo that you hold. That is a plastic one. Then it moves into a couple of metal ones, and then I don't even know the material that the top one is made. I think you've got to have like 100,000 Solo to have this top card, which is like the kind of platinum whatever card, you know, that they have, you know, the top level. But they're going to be bringing a card to us so we can get our crypto assets and we can use those crypto assets in the real world, right, for all of our purchases. So we can bring fiat in, we can use our card, and we can get crypto out. The in-out route, double thumbs up for me. Double thumbs up. If I can be using a card to be getting crypto funds out, and I can be going my groceries, my fuel, and I can be getting cash back on that. I can be taking that cash, I can be putting that cash back into crypto. There's a spin around, isn't there? Yeah, that works for me. I really like it. And something else that works for me is the bridge. They are heading down the interoperable route, meaning they are wanting Sologenics not just to be here on the XRPL, but we've already got the Solo asset over as a BSC, yeah, asset. So Binance Smart, as its BNB chain now, so I'm talking in old language, BNB chain assets. You can go across, it's like PancakeSwap, you can pull up that contract information, that code, and then you can find the Solo asset on PancakeSwap and you can purchase Solo over there. Now that is pretty funky, right? There was even a pool, I believe, on PancakeSwap where you can stake cake and get Solo. That's pretty amazing. And then you can bridge it from Binance Smart Chain to the XRP ledger. Now, if you weren't already aware, if we just come on to the ElkNet here, if I just show you, there's so many bridges out there, right? You're aware of bridges where you can move assets from one place to another. Well, this one here is called ElkNet, and it's actually got like 18, I think, something ridiculous, different chains. What have we got here? There's 18, 19 different chains. And you can see here, BNB chain is one of them. So you could have assets essentially on any one of these places you could come across. You could use the ElkNet, right, to transfer them. And look here, I mean, it's only like what is it saying? 2 elk? That's like $1. It's $1 to transfer using this bridge. You'd have to use their ELK token, but you can easily transfer. There's lots of liquidity on like Avalanche and other chains. You can transfer, bring your assets across into Binance Smart Chain from any of those 18 that we just saw, into Binance Smart Chain being the 19th. Then you can get your Solo, and then guess what? You can come with your Solo and you can come back across to Sologenics. Now, moving on. Sologenics has got an interesting relationship with the trading world, the traditional markets, and this is because they are moving. I don't want to say anything that's wrong. I'm saying the relationship and the bond between the traditional stock markets and crypto is getting tighter. You've got NASDAQ blog here. 3 reasons to buy Sologenic, really, from NASDAQ. I mean, you have to start going, okay, this is interesting. They're writing blog posts and they're saying here, look, Sologenic is tokenizing traditional assets. And again, I think I say, here we go, look, 40,000 different securities are available for trading right now. So you can trade these right from the get-go. There's also the fact it's going to launch a credit card. I've talked to you about the credit card. And we've got this major airdrop. I'm going to come on to this airdrop in a second. But I wanted to really just highlight, and you can come here, nasdaq.com, 3 reasons to buy Sologenic. You can find this blog post. But the reason I wanted to come here was the association between, what we would deem as traditional market blogs and Sologenic, the crypto world. That bond is getting tighter. So let us move on. We will go to, if we go back to the main page, if we just come down, you will see here that you've got maximum security, so full control of digital assets using your own private wallet. This is decentralized. This is a Web3 environment. It's super fast. The ledger is roughly the same speed as Stellar, I believe, so 3 to 5 seconds. Pro trading tools, I've just talked about the indicators and the trading view charts, etc. And then you've got trading widgets. I don't know a lot about them, so I'm not going to bullshit you with that. Some of the NFT side of things, no gas fees or very, very little, no commissions. It does not take any commissions from NFT sales, but commissions are going to be coming in with the XLS20D upgrade on NFTs, yeah, so artists can get commissions in that sense, but this is for the platform getting commissions. Fast and secure, you've got a fiat on-ramp, and it's multi-language support as well. At the top right-hand corner, you can see there's a drop-down menu so that we can understand it in a variety of different languages. So all of that on the home page is super cool, but there's something else. There's something else, and this is probably the thing that I got most excited about. There currently is an incentive for people that are holding the Solo token. So if you're holding, let's just go across to, we'll have a look at Solo first of all. Hang on. Let's find it on CoinMarketCap. Okay, so we've got the Sologenic Solo token, right? If you're holding the Solo token, there's an opportunity for you to be getting a monthly airdrop of Core, being another token on the XRPL at the moment, right? So you can hold your Solo, if you've got that in your Zoom wallet and you've got a Coreum network, as it's going to be, Core token trust line set up, every month you can, for 12 months, you can be getting an airdrop of Core tokens, so just for holding. Now, I like the fact of looking at something, as I said early in the video, I like the fact of looking at something and thinking, is it all the boxes ticked in terms of the fundamentals, the team, the solution that it's bringing, the innovation, the token price, the socials, I could go on and on and on about all of the fundamentals that we would do in doing our own research. If all those are ticked, we say to ourselves, right, then you get this, well, you're getting an airdrop just for holding it. Well, I'm wanting to maybe hold it just for the sake of holding, right? Because I think that it can appreciate in price. But then I get another add-on. Now, that can sometimes just be enough to tip the balance of making the decision to say, yes, it could be a worthy investment. That's for up to you to decide. If I pull this chart out to go all time, we can see that Sologenic's been around for some time. This is 2020 now, so we're looking 2 years, aren't we? And the token's done not really a bloody fat lot, for a large period of that time. It has had a price appreciation here. But it's, as you can see there, that initially over the first, we're talking 18 months, nothing really kicked off, did it? And then all of a sudden, it really kicked off. And I believe that this is a little bit out. I think actually on the DEX, it was over $7. So we've gone from 20 something cents to $7. Though that's, we would be super happy with that, like 10 baggers plus, right? If you're going to be getting from there, if it even went to $2.50 from 25 cents, you think, thank you very much. There's your 10x in your bag. But it went up much, much more than that. Admittedly, for a small period of time. I think it's gone up there before its time. And this was a time when, it was like the gold rush, right, on XRPL and Stellar. In this time between kind of October and mid to end of November, we just saw this crazy happenings with many assets, many assets. And of course, I think this was also, and I'll probably be corrected in the comments, but I think this was also the time of the airdrop, right? So people were starting to become aware of Sologenics and it really kind of made a splash. So that was also where people were getting these assets and it just really sort of clambered. Maybe this was the airdrop and people were just dumping the airdrop and then kind of really took off afterwards. I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you because I've only been involved in looking at this project for a couple of weeks. So there we go. But what's happened, we can see we're down at a price now where if we pull a line across, we're actually a lower price than we were right across here. Yeah, right at this point. So, it's really, really come down. But with everything in the pipeline, and those that know me, I will always be saying to people, the best thing you can do when the market is in turmoil is upskill, is learn, is educate, is get your head into the projects that when the market turns are going to run, and I mean run hard. That's the thing you can do. Try and uncover things. Try and look for clues. Try and look for little signposts that are saying to you, yeah, the next time this is going to, or maybe not even, some of these projects run hard in bear markets because they've just got an overwhelming value proposition and there's still money around in bear markets, there's still crypto, don't be mistaken. And it can go into these kind of projects very quickly if people are thinking there's going to be gains to be made. But people are struggling to make gains across the board that are just holding, right? So they want to see where they can make gains. Could be we're now at a point. One of the things we're obviously always going to do when we're doing our own research is you don't want to be buying tops, do you? That whole newbie thing of buying the top and selling the bottom. You don't want to be stuck in that. Well, you're certainly not, are you? You're certainly not here. We're back down at 20 something cents from the highs of $6 and $7. It's not nowhere near its potential where it could be. Few other things that we would need to be taking consideration of from, like I say, in this high level video. The max supply of tokens. This is a deflationary token with the NFT process. A little bit of the solo token is being burnt at all times. You think the more popular that gets with this new standard of NFT, more tokens are going to be burnt, more deflation. I like deflationary mechanisms. And we can see the circulating supply is all out, right? So basically the max supply was 400 million and the circulating supply now is already down. I think it's a lot lower. This doesn't seem to change. So I think what this is down to is that the coin market cap people haven't been in touch with, or there's been no communication. I know that coin market cap can be ropey in terms of comms, but they haven't been in touch to get accurate figures because I think this would be even lower than where it is now. And that's already, of course, lost 50,000 of its supply just in these first few months. So I think it's a lot more than that personally, right? Okay, so we've got this. Now, the way that the airdrop works is that if you hold the solo tokens, as I said, in your native XRPL wallet, then using Zum with the Core or Coreum trust line set up, there's a random snapshot each month, and then for the space of 12 months, you will get some Core. So hold the solo. If you think Sologenics sounds pretty good, it's got like these associations with traditional financial markets and tokenized assets and all this kind of stuff that's going on, the NFT upgrade, you know, the DEX, and, you know, there's just literally too much for me to like really drill through with you in this video. But if you like that, then there's also the Coreum stuff. So let's have a look at that and see where we go with that, because this is where, for me, as a DeFi lover and sort of passionate yield chaser, we'll call me, I went right then. Right then, there was a few key things that I thought, it's not just getting this crap token that you're going to dump, you're actually getting a token that, again, is going to be potentially a monster. Coreum, right? This is the team here. You can see at the top of the website, Coreum, Coreum.com, right, is the website. Important announcement, learn how to claim core airdrop for solo holders, which is what I've just been speaking to you about. 12 snapshots, 1 a month, to be taken in 2022. The team here are made up of Bob Rass, who is the, co-founder of Sologenic. So he is also the co-creator of Coreum. This is interesting. So you've got Coreum, by the way, is supported, as you would expect, incubated by the Sologenic Development Foundation. So they are funding from the Sologenic side this L1 third generation blockchain, which is going to be incredible, right? Incredible. It's going to have ridiculous transactions per minute, per second. I think it's like 7,000 or something that I read. Where are we? Yeah, 7,000 transactions per second, 1.5 second block time. So this is like half Stellar and XRPL of 3 to 5 seconds finality. So this is half or double as fast. Stupidly low carbon footprint because it works on another proof of consensus mechanism, I believe, where there's only or validators. There's like 9 validators, and those 9 validators swap every 4 hours. So it's basically getting consensus from only 9 validators, which is allowing it to be super, super fast proof of stake. So you can lock your tokens down into the network and obviously get a return as well when this network goes live, which we're looking at August 2022, just a few months away. So let's think about this now. Again, let's just check and balance. Holding Solo, bullish on Solo, think Solo's going to kick ass. So we're going to hold some Solo, we're going to get some core, right? We get the core, not the dump in the core, because it's going to be having its own mainnet. The mainnet is then going to be using the core as its gas token, and it's going to be burning that core. So the core is going to be deflationary too. So you're going to be burning little bits of core for every transaction on there. And it's using this WebAssembly smart contract system. I think I'm right in saying that's being utilized over on like the Cosmos ecosystem, Tendermint, and that. I think that's the same. So you're going to get these smart contracts being able to be coded in multiple different languages. Again, I'm not a coder. And then packaged in this WebAssembly and being able to be utilized. So instead of it being like EVM, is Solidity, right, is the coding language. Instead of it just being like static, one type of coding language, it's going to be a whole host. The smart contracts are going to be able to be really versatile, being able to do a whole host of different features and functionalities. And look, what have we got? Super fast, super cheap, super green, and available for a whole host of different developers to use. For me, those are big ticks. Same team as Sologenic, the majority of the same team. So those individuals who know how to build a project, who know how to market, who know how to be getting information out, that team is doing both. And if this goes live on time in August, I think we're going to see the birth of another monster, an L1 monster, because it is there, and we can have a look at some of the use cases, I think, if we go further down. Look, 20% of every transaction is getting burned, bringing that supply back and back and back, or down and down and down. WebAssembly smart contracts, I've talked about that. Cross-chain interoperability. So the first one of those chains is obviously going to be the XRPL. So it's going to be Coreum and the XRPL. Where are we? Use cases. Here we go. So tokenized securities, stablecoin ecosystems, lending platforms, metaverse applications, NFT marketplaces, gaming and play-to-earn, decentralized exchanges, wrapped cryptocurrencies, cross-border payments like it's, what would we call it? Like its brother, its cousin XRPL, its cousin XRPL, and then its other cousin Stellar. You know, so cross-border payments is what those networks were created for. Liquidity providers, LPs and market makers. So you're going to get all of your things like your Uniswaps, your Pancake swaps are going to be able to be built on this. Super fast, super secure, new L1. So we've got this comparison here for Coreum against existing blockchains, and you can see some of the things that the comparisons against the main what we would see as the DeFi chains, right? Certainly Ethereum, Binance, are some of the DeFi chains. When we come down here, you can see that native DEXs and what was the other thing? Yeah, smart contracts and DeFi. We can see that it holds its own in all of these different areas. It's fast, green, you know, and it can scale to like, you know, a bloody hell of a lot, even in relation to the XRP ledger. Like, you know, it's more than 4 times the ability that it can handle the traffic. Again, I don't know, because until it's live, until the actual mainnet is live, we don't know. There's a lot of crypto projects, crypto networks I've seen out there that promise this kind of scalability, and they can't deliver on those amount of transactions per second. But I don't doubt that this can be a really big. Now let's not forget, this what I'm talking to you about now is the add-on. This is the airdrop that you're going to be getting for Solo. So you're going to be getting this native coin, for which is currently a token, right? Because the token is on the XRPL, but then there's going to be a migration. So it's going to be the coin for the Coreum network. You're going to be getting that airdrop right now. So right from, if you were a Solo holder now, or in the future, if you haven't got Solo, it would happen in these airdrops moving forward. So that's an added bonus, and I really just wanted to kind of touch on this. I haven't got time. I've already done like half an hour, and I know a lot of people aren't into long-form video content. But I'm excited, as you probably can tell. And I've tried to pack as much as I possibly can into this video about Sologenic and some of the reasons, some of the areas that you might want to look at. One of the last ones that I want to cover with you that I always consider when, you know, I'm looking at various different projects is the social channels. You know, are they, so let's just put in here we go, we've got it. Are they buoyant? Are they, is the community well engaged? Is there a lot of engagement on their posts? What have they got going on? So Sologenics here, look, it's got, you know, a large amount of followers. I don't take that as a be-all and end-all because you can buy bot followers, right? It doesn't mean anything. You can have 3 million followers. It might mean that you've only get 3 likes or comments on your post. I much prefer organic growth, but we can see here that there are, you know, some significant amounts of engagement on each of their posts. This is Bob Rass that we mentioned, who is the CEO, the founder, you know, and you can see here that Coreum's DevNet, so that the developers can build applications and test them in a test environment before releasing them. So that, the TX scan or transaction scan, we call that a block. I call it a block explorer, but it's be like the ledger explorer, etc. That is just around the corner, and the research and development side is just ongoing. So you're going to see a fast, cost-effective, scalable and green layer 1 with the WebAssembly smart contract and native DEX. If we just went back, in fact, to the, let's just see where the roadmap is, just so I can show you that for the Coreum. We can see April 22, we've passed that. We're now at this Transaction Explorer, which was just mentioned, the smart contracts stage, staking, delegating, governance. Here, where mainnet launch, August 2022, assets, tokenization, decentralized exchange, interoperability, Sologenic asset tokenization platform, DEX and NFT, Coreum support. So there's, I mean, over the next 12 months, there's absolutely crap tons going on. You know, I've so often been involved with airdrops that are like, meh, you know, they don't really do much for me at all when I've actually looked at what they're about. But this airdrop, it could be something in itself that has many times, many times growth. If I just go across and show you, so say where we are with core token, we're at 32 cents. If we look at the all-time prices here, down at just over 30, aren't we? Just over 30, 32. And it's been up at, back in March time. It's been back up in the 70s and 80s. If this gets traction, and of course there's lots of competitors, we've got to be, you know, objective with this. There's lots of competitors. There's going to be lots of different networks that are all kind of offering very similar things. But I think that correlation, that integration with the XRPL and with Sologenic, this already has a user base waiting to jump in. All of those solo holders that are getting the core, all of those people are aware and ready to come and start using this network, especially with DeFi tools, especially with all the things we spoke about with the GameFi, the metaverse, and all the other things they're going to be looking to have built out there. That could be really exciting. The max supply here is 500 million. We know that there's 20% that are going to be issued for the airdrop. So the circulated supply at the minute is just 100 million. That's going to be for the solo holders. Then there's going to be a couple of years where the core stakers are going to be getting airdropped as well, because you're obviously staking to secure the proof of stake network. There's a crap ton, an absolute crap ton for you to be delving into. I'm learning on a daily basis. Hats off to people like Zen God and that, who I've been watching their videos, you know, superb fonts of knowledge on the XRPL. I'm very new to the space, but I hope that you've got something from this video. I hope that this has enlightened you into what we can see in the future. This at 32 cents with a max supply. If we just had a look at any of the L1s, if we just had a look at the Binance Smart Chain, for example, which will do similar things. Yeah, so if we look to BNB, we can see that the total supply there is like 163 million. Bearing in mind it's also deflationary, it's also burnt, but it's up in the hundreds of dollars. Yeah, the hundreds of dollars. And there are some similarities, a lot of differences, but some similarities. Could it be that core could go 10 times to $3, or even 100 times from the price where it is now? Yeah, up to $30. I'm not talking with my dick out, am I? It could go to 30-something dollars. It could go higher than that with that $500 million supply that is deflationary. Remember, every transaction's getting burned. It's coming back down. I think there is a huge potential there if the marketing's right, if the developers come, if they decide to build out there en masse. I think we could see incredible things. So for me, that core, this is me, and it's not financial advice, but for me, that core that's getting earned, that is not going anywhere. That's getting locked down, because I'm seeing what I've seen many times before with DEX tokens, with native centralized exchange tokens as well, that you see it come around, you think, oh, it's just a very low price, and all of a sudden It only takes the market to switch and to start seeing some price appreciation. These things can move and move quick, and that is where the generational wealth in crypto is created. Thanks very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing you this information. I look forward to bringing you, well, if you like XRPL videos, if you want tutorials on Zoom, if you want like me to do more, in-depth stuff on the NFTs and everything, just hit me up. I'll do that. Just put it into the comments. I'll gladly do that for you because I think it's interesting to look at a variety of different topics, a variety of different networks, why the market is in the shit, right? If the market's in the crap and it's just doing nothing or it's depreciating, let's keep our spirits high, let's learn, let's upskill and share that with other people. Cheers, all the best, take care.